Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for June 23rd to the 30th. This is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're doing the rest of the month. Let's do it. Let's jump right in. We're here, by the way. We're here the luckiest day of the year, right? The Jupiter Kazimi, and then we have one of the luckiest, one of the best new moons of the year. This is insane for you. Very excited for you. The rest of June, it's dream maker energy. You're gonna see. Let me walk you through it. First of all, you're moving through uncharted territory. A lot of y'all have already moved into new things, new places in your life, new chapters in your life. You're exploring, you're expanding your horizons, and you're feeling this week. Oh, you will really feel them. Those feel-good tingles, okay? Because at this point, you're turning your dreams into reality. That's what Saturn and Neptune and Aries is doing for you. Okay. And remember, that's all summer. That's all summer. And even the day of the new moon, which again, I'm looking at what's going on for you. You're all set. But the day of the new moon, all these planets and new signs, all these aspects that are happening, they're all the majority between those 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 degrees, the early degrees, right? Early of new beginnings. With a new moon in Cancer in your second house of income, salary, finances, money, comfort, material possession, self-worth, self-value, right? You standing up and saying, no, you pay me more. I know what I'm worth. That's what you're going through, and you're going to get it all. It's Jupiter. So I'm really excited for you. You're moving into this brand new era. Look at the smile on your face right now because you feel it in your bones. The rest of June, it's going to be visceral and nirvanic and adventurous and consciousness expanding. It's very spiritually moving. And again, I will walk you through this. And I think I told you in the last live stream that I did, June is so bonkers every day. I could talk 2-3 hours about the aspects every day of June. That's how much it is. But look at what's going here. Look at what's happening. And then remember the blue asterisk, best aspects of the week. But let's walk through this, okay? And that's the other thing. If you're watching for your sun, your moon, your rising, remember what I said in the last live stream. It doesn't matter what sign you are. Everyone is going through enormous change because all the modalities are impacted at those early degrees coming after the solstice. I talked about that, which marks this big change and in a year that we've never experienced in modern human history with all these planets and fresh new signs, Uranus moving into your sign in 2 weeks. You see that you're on the brink of change, and there's something happening this week that we're going to talk about because I want to prepare you. All right. But just know that you are when I say change too, I'm talking radical change. Okay. Especially for the next 6 months. Consider this week a seeding point. All the mutable signs like you really impacted, by the way. All right. Don't forget, you've got the North Node in Pisces, South Node in Virgo. You've got Mars in Virgo. You came after that full moon in Sagittarius. You got Uranus moving into your sign. And that's not even it. Well, okay, let's just get going. Sunday, which doesn't exist here, right? Monday, I did put Mars exaled Jupiter, which is happening on Sunday, but remember, it's so strong. You are going to feel it this week as well. You felt it last week. You felt this charge in your bones in terms of making more money. And I see your comments. Congratulations. A lot of you already have. I told you 2 of my best friends are from my hometown, from when I was young. People I've known since I was 18. They just got new jobs in the past 2 weeks. They're Geminis. So congratulations. And it's not over. You got so much more. You're just getting started. All right. So this is going to be big. And by the way, Mars in Virgo right now. Whoa. That's a whole other thing. Remember, Mars was in Cancer and Leo, right? For 10 months. Flip-flopping, retrograde, flip-flopping. Didn't have any energy in Cancer in your second house of income. You couldn't make any new money for the past year. Like, it's just So now everything changes. That is what I'm telling you. All right. So this fresh new energy you're going to appreciate. In Virgo, that's a lot of home activity. I told you Jupiter in Cancer, that's already the realm of that. We'll talk about it. All right. Now, Monday, June 23rd. Here's the other thing, Gemini. The moon's going to be in your sign. The moon's going to be in your sign. Not only Monday, but Tuesday as well. The day of the Jupiter Kazimi. So you are already good. That's what I want to tell you. It's just you're Geminis. You overthink things and you have to believe that that you're good. That's the thing. The mind is really powerful. You know that. That's why you are Geminis, and you are nobody can win an argument with a Gemini. Anyway, if you're new to my channel, I am a Gemini rising, and the moon in your sign will trine Pluto this day. So please communicate. Okay. Please process things that you need to. Mercury, your ruler, is going to square Chiron. So there is something here where it can be very cerebral for you. It can be very spiritual. It can be very psychological, healing old wounds. You want to do it before you move into June 24th anyway. And there may be some chances like old wounds, old memories do come up, and it's there it is. Get it. And then whoosh, right? That's all you got to do. And then you also see the Sun square Neptune we talked about last week. Just avoid illusion, delusion, escapism. You will be fine. How do you do that? Trusting your intuition, right? More higher mind than physical mind, or just merge the two. Now, Tuesday, June 24th, we have the Sun conjunct Jupiter, okay? This only happens once a year. And Gemini, I do have to say, even though you did have Jupiter in your sign for an entire year, and we have the Jupiter Kazimi, which is the Sun conjuncting Jupiter, once a year, it skipped you last year. Okay? You didn't get it. It was in Taurus. So that's why the universe is making up for everything right now with the moon in your sign on this day. All right? The luckiest day of the year. There is something that is truly brewing, developing in your life. This is happening at what? 3 degrees. That is the Gemini degree. So when I say the universe is making up for all this, making up for it. Okay? So this day is going to be very stimulating. All right? Communicate. Be social. You're the social butterflies. All right. Brainstorm. Have a lot of conversations. You may be traveling, thinking about travel. There's a lot happening here. All right. Now, Jupiter conjunct the Sun. You have the two biggest planets in the solar system fusing their energies, helping expand your horizons. It's a seeding point. All right. Think of this conjunction as a seeding point for a whole year. Okay. And this is for your personal growth, your spiritual growth. It is a boost. And remember, Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, meaning it does its best in Cancer out of all the signs. For all the signs, Jupiter, the greater benefic. What does that even mean? He has, when he's exalted, he has not only all the resources he needs to support you, so you benefit through this, he has a surplus of resources. And now he's with the Sun, which is hope and optimism and the good spirits and joy and everything. It's setting up this new cycle, again, right off the heels of the solstice, which I told you last week is all about growth anyway. Growth and expansion and abundance. That's what Jupiter in Cancer is doing in your second house of money, income, salary, finances, and modern comforts, things in your material world. All right. And food. I told you that's a thing. Okay. So there may be something here with that. But if you're not here for money or a new job or career or any of that anyway, the second house is self-worth and self-value. It's knowing your worth. It's building that confidence. And Jupiter in Cancer in general, by default, brings attention to home. You've got Mars, the planet of action and drive and passion, in your 4th house of home. So you see you have an overlap here that you're going to see. A lot of you are moving, by the way, thinking of moving, selling property, buying property, making money off property. There's just so much here. It could even be someone within your household that, makes a lot of money. There's so much here for you. All right. Again, I talk a lot more about this in your June forecast. Just see things play out. It is a seeding point happening at the time of the new moon, basically on top of each other. So at this time, it's Mars sextile Jupiter, and you even see Mars sextile the sun. That you're going to feel all week. So take that action, inspired actions, develop new visions, new structures, new goals, or the ones that you're on, further them. You will see yourself advance, okay? It's the sun and Jupiter. It's gratitude and love and enlightenment and self-belief. That's what it is, all right? Vibrate at that frequency. That's their frequency to create the reality that you deserve. Yeah, seize the day. There's nothing in your way. Moon's in your sign. Everything is energy too. The planets, the aspects, and I see it all the time. You are energy. Your feelings, your thoughts, the words that come out of your mouth, the things that you write, that's you putting everything into existence. That's energy. So if the sun and Jupiter are high frequency, vibrate at that frequency. And to be honest, you're just going to feel it anyway. You're going to be very chatty this day. The moon's in your sign. So just the way that you take action with Mars, the way you have breakthroughs with Uranus, the way you feel love and comfort with Venus, the same thing with the sun and Jupiter. Vibrate at that frequency, okay? And you can rewire your brain. Visualization, sound. I talk about all this, all right? So feel inspired, feel that bliss. This is a time of brand new energies, a whole new world, a new era, a new you. I truly want the best for you, Gemini. So you will feel this, and I want you to feel it surge in your bones, all right? And a lot of you are going to feel this luck and blessings on the day of, days before. And again, like I said, a lot of you have already been feeling it, especially coming after that new moon in your sign from last month. And then a lot of you, or earlier this month, or wait, no, it was, late May. And then a lot of you are just going to see things emerge. Okay, remember, it's like planting a seed, okay? And so every Gemini's different. You're going to feel it in different ways at different times. That's all I'm saying. Now, that next day, Wednesday, June 25th, is when we have the new moon in Cancer. And that's going to be at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's my time, New York City time. Convert that to wherever you live in the world. This is, again, one of the best of the year. The moon rules Cancer, and it's at home, okay? Yeah, the moon rules Cancer. It's in its domicile for this new moon in Cancer. When I say it's at home, it rules the fourth house. This new moon is at 4 degrees. That is the Cancer degree. And so you can't get any more numerology here. And 4 is like practical. It's material. It's being real. It's structure. It's foundation. Sense of balance too. It's the 4 elements, 4 seasons, 4 directions. We know that, right? So this is having direction, okay? But plant them seeds because it is conjuncting Jupiter. That is supercharging this new moon. And again, you have not seen one of these Jupiter conjunct new moons in years. In fact, the last one that we had was March 2nd, 2022. All right, that was a new moon in Pisces. Think about what happened for you around that time. There should have been something that happened with career. Something with career, or if you're not here for career, something you were recognized for, honors, achievements, your reputation, fame. And that one was a little different, though. Jupiter was in a different sign. It wasn't exalted. And these aspects are just different, okay? But here's the thing. There was something about that one about like learning, about like values. This one's all about money and home for you. This one takes the cake. It's all about self-worth, self-value. Jupiter's showing up with crystals, yeah, yoga mats, the good ones, all right? And you've got Jupiter sextile Mars. This is a party, all right? There's going to be fireworks here, cool in the gang. So you are going to feel very empowered with a strong sense of direction, like I said earlier, and really just taking actions. That's what Mars is, right? And having fun with it. Remember, you're stepping into this leadership role with Saturn and Neptune and Aries That's the other thing. They're conjuncting still. Remember, all summer. And so you are expanding in so many ways. You're going to be meeting so many new people. You already have. All right. You will be meeting a lot more this summer. Just wait until Uranus moves into your sign, by the way. Oh my goodness. So just create your reality, right? And have fun with this. The 11th house is your hopes, your wishes, your long-term goals and dreams as well. And so this new moon is all about success for you. It really is. But you got to take that action, okay? Because success isn't a reaction, it's a decision, right? So take that action for your karmic journey, all right? Now, the other thing is, this is with Saturn and Neptune and Aries. Remember, it's still practicing patience too, all right? Good things come to those who wait. Wax on, wax off, and you know they will. This new moon, it takes the cake, like I said, right? Strawberry cake. Now, tomato cake, whatever you want. Listen, the other thing is, I'm going to give you a couple extra things here, Gemini. I know a lot of y'all take notes. Just to give you some perspective, the next time we will have a new moon conjunct Jupiter will be August 15th, 2026. And that one's going to be really big because that's an eclipse conjuncting Jupiter. When's the last time you saw that? So that one takes the whole cake store. Okay, mark it in your calendar. I did the Saturn Neptune video. If you haven't seen it already, I told you what you can expect for the next 2 years. I told you, and I did a tarot reading on August 2026 because there's more happening in that month, July and August 2026. You're going to be in a completely different area of your life, especially starting next month. All right. Now, this new moon in Cancer overlapping the Jupiter Kazimi. That's 2 cycles. Okay. Jupiter Kazimi, a year, new moon in Cancer, 6 months. Where do you want to be by December 2024? Where are we? 2025. We're in 2025. Time's speeding up. Okay. That's the thing. I've talked about that. Where do you want to be 6 months from now? All right. So visualize, right? Visualize it. Put yourself on that timeline. Here's the thing. Jupiter in Cancer. This is beautiful. It's all about care and love and self-love and humility and heart and soul. And remember, I say this all the time, okay? You don't have a soul. Your soul has a body, okay? You're a spiritual being having a human experience. And the body that you have, we all know a body's a temple, but your heart, every time it beats, it generates energy, all right? There is a physiological component to it. When you have that gratitude where it swells, where you expand that super conscious love. So feel it. That's why I say feel it in your bones. Feel it in your soul. This new moon is mama bear energy, okay? Care Bears, Paddington Bear. It's all about care. It's all about love, spreading love, all right? So when you set your intentions on this day, do it from the heart. Remember, I said everything is energy. Speak what you want into the ether. All right? Set those intentions. Put your energy out there. This is also very nurturing new moon. And when I say nurturing, remember the solstice, all about growth. This is all about nurturing what you're about to grow as well. All right? There is this high level of intuition, emotional depth as well. All right? So, all about taking care of yourself, your loved ones, family, a lot of protective energy. Remember, it's in Cancer. Cancer is, at the end of the day, it is still a cardinal sign, all about leadership. And this is the last super new moon of 2025. And this is potent, all right? And that just means it's orbiting really close to Earth. You're going to feel the energies of the moon strongly. All right. And again, Jupiter, blessings, abundance, luck, good fortune, profit. Plant seeds, please. Please. All right. Now, Mars, remember, is helping. And then look, you see Mercury sextile Uranus, by the way. Oh, just wait. Remember, these sextiles are windows of opportunity to help you thrive and prosper and grow anyway. But you got to take that action. You're going to feel that too. Remember, you're going to feel that days before, days after. And yeah, I got the stuff on the back here too. So there's a great immensity to the 2 days, Jupiter Kazimi and the new moon. Do not sleep on it. You have this gift of this portal to create this new reality, this new amazing storyline in your life. All right. For the rest of the year. For the rest of the year. And again, a lot of home energy here. Home, family, parents, grandparents, children, significant other. I love this. Now, if you're a cross watcher, if you watch for your rising, your moon, or for your friend, your girlfriend, your husband, whoever it is, all the water signs, all right, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces are going to feel both of these aspects the most, all right? But everyone's going to feel it. I already told you every modality is, Now, if you know your birth chart, if you know your natal chart, if you have planets between 2 to 6 degrees in any of the water signs, okay, then you will 1000% feel it, okay? Yeah. I'm even going to throw in Virgo and Taurus, to be honest. Yeah. Anyway, Thursday, June 26th, you've got Mercury in Cancer still, sextiling Uranus in Taurus at 29 degrees. And as we know, that is a critical degree. It's a graduation. There's something coming to culmination around this time because it's 29 degrees. Uranus is so ready to move into your sign. That's going to happen in 2 weeks, okay? Remember, Mercury is the lower octave of Uranus, the Great Awakener, right? So what does that even mean? That's Mercury, okay? Your ruler. Sextile Uranus in Taurus. Remember, Venus is also in Taurus. And so there's, first of all, invention, innovation, okay? Inventiveness. That's the name of the game right now. Bolt of clarity, good news that comes out of nowhere. It's Uranus, right? Surprises, the unexpected. This could also be you having this huge, honestly, with the fact that you've got Uranus and Taurus in your 12, yeah, there's something happening behind the scenes. You may recognize that today in a good way, right? There's something here you may want to communicate. There's just something here. You may hear news about money. You may hear something that makes you feel really good. You may hear news from a sibling, aunt, uncle, cousin, neighbor, something with travel and business, maybe a business you're launching, maybe a new job, new career. There's a lot. It's a lot. Internet, social media, things like that could be a thing. But again, a lot of spiritual energy. So if there's any sign that gets like a psychic pop, for instance, it would be you on this day. It's very interesting, all right, because there's so much happening with the mind. But just to let you know, this is a great way thinking outside the box, all right, for you. Just is a great way to see things in a new way. Very spiritual, all right? Confronting things that you're just like, okay, I'm going to leave this in the past. That's another thing. But here's the thing. You got Mercury, the messenger, sextiling Uranus in Taurus, right? Surprises, surprising messages come within or in your physical world. It's happening at the same time of the Jupiter Kazimi and the new moon. And so this could bring sliding doors moments, yeah, kismet moments. If you're vibrating at a high frequency, this is when you see those little winks from the universe. This is just, again, I can't with what's happening now. It's so amazing. And by the way, Gemini, just to let you know, this would be the second of the last Uranus and Taurus planetary aspects for the next 84 years because Uranus is moving into your sign in 2 weeks. And the last aspect Uranus will have in Taurus will be with Venus conjuncting, I think that's July 3rd at 29 degrees. That's the perfection, right? So you're already starting to feel that at the end of June, building up to that. So there is something enormously special happening for you. in a really big way. Things that bring comfort. I love this, okay? And love, money, creativity. I mean, buckle up, buckle up. But it's going to be big. Speaking of money, we do have that full moon in Capricorn in July as well. That rules your 8th. And a lot of y'all are be signing. It's almost like you're signing a lot of contracts from you've been signing contracts, making agreements, having conversations. But there's a big one coming next month too with a new moon in Leo. Anyway, with Mercury, sextile Uranus, all the fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, Gemini, and Virgo. You're going to feel that the most. Mercury's your ruler. All right? And if you have any planets in Cancer or any of the earth signs, that would be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, between 27 to 29 degrees, you will 1,000,000% feel it. All right? Now, yeah. Oh my gosh. And then the same day you got the sun sextile Mars. I mean, come on. The sun in Cancer sextile Mars and Virgo. That's exact. Remember, 5 degrees. You're going to feel it the entire week, even the week after, because the sun and Mars are pretty much traveling at the same pace. So they're just going to be like a degree apart. And that's a powerhouse. That's the sun and Mars with Jupiter and Cancer. I mean, this is that optimism, confidence, vitality. This is that driving life force within you. The sun, all this passion and drive and courage of Mars. This is so much enlightenment. It's also you just being so physically active, physically driven. There is something here where it's very likely you're going to be treating yourself to good meals. I told you about food. And being around your loved ones when you do it. There's something here. It is all about the heart and soul in home and family. To be honest, it overlaps in enormous ways for you. Healthy relationships, work, lifestyle, creative endeavors. There is going to be a sense of like checking off your to-do list. You might get a little bit busy, to be honest, in the home sector, home and family sector. And just use this physical expression. Do some dance, even if it's like in the mirror to Tony Loke, whatever you want. Now, earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And then I'm going to throw in Cancer, Leo, Aries, and Scorpio. If you're a cross watcher, they're going to feel this the most. If you have any planets in your chart, 3 to 7 degrees and earth signs and Cancer, you're going to feel the sun sextile Mars the most. All right. Now, we're not even done with that day. Look at what's happening. You got Mercury moving into Leo. So everything that you've been going through, and you've been going through a lot in that 3rd house area. All right. And you were in the zone because that's your house. You rule the 3rd house. Mercury is now moving here. So your ruling planet is moving into Leo. For a long time, by the way, until September. Remember what I said. When we get to mid-July, Mercury will retrograde. So anything that you want to sign or do, you got to do it now. Do it before Mercury. Well, and I did a July astrology overview. You can check that out. But anyway, everything that you were working on in the 3rd house, again, that's things that you were thinking about, ideas that you had, brainstorming, communication, but and also like internet, maybe launching a website or doing something with social media or teaching something, going back to school as well, siblings, just so much here. Selling things too. Now you're really, really taking all that action, and there's an element of communication here. When I say element of communication, it's Mercury. So like PR, advertising, marketing, it's anything that, even artistry, creative writing, there's a lot here. But there is a sense of, it's in Leo. So there's a sense of like passion and romance and love and the arts and creativity. Anyway, there's also this element of fame. And again, there's something here with the fact that even with the Jupiter Kazimi, with the sun, you have all these sun aspects. That's in Cancer. it's connecting with that second house. So there's still something with money. All right. So anyway, that same day, I'm throwing in something else for you here. You will also this day have Venus sextile the North Node and trine the South Node as well. So again, this day you are going to really feel, especially when Mercury moves into Leo at 0 degrees, you're really going to feel. I really would not be surprised if there's some big conversation you have, or if you start a new career, make changes at home as well. You're definitely going to feel this. There could be something here with relationships and money, creative projects, and food. So keep that in mind. All right. This is really special. When you have Venus sextiling the North Node and trining the South Node, again, you are a mutable sign, just like Pisces and Virgo. You're going to feel this. All right. And you do see Neptune involved as well. All right. So that aspect you feel this day, because it's strong, that trine. And Neptune is the higher octave of Venus. So please this is spiritual. It's very social. It's and soulful. I mean, it is a North Node. It is in your 10th house of career. There's just something big here. All right. That you may just feel. Again, it's more of like this knowing, this calling. All right. And you still are surfing that wave of that breakthrough. Now, and again, remember, everything is building up to that Venus-Uranus conjunction the first week of July. And right now, Venus's lover, Mars, giving you that window of opportunity by sextiling the Sun and Jupiter in your second house of money and income and salary. Like, you really have to take advantage. Please take action. There's so much opportunity for you. And there's all this luck and expansion and even shift in perspective and blessings. Sun sextile Mars is so big. All right. I'm here for it. I'm here for you. Go get what you deserve, Gemini. All right. And by the way, I'm going to give you something else. All right. If you want to mark it in your calendar, I talked about this in your Saturn Neptune video. If you didn't watch that, I did that Saturn Neptune, what all 12 signs can expect for the next 2 years. And I gave you a little bit of to September eclipse season. Again, that's going to be a solar eclipse in Virgo, a lunar eclipse in Pisces. So a lot of y'all are going to, it's just obvious you're going to be changing jobs. Obvious. Okay? Or career paths or things like that. Or, just adjustments. Maybe you get promoted. Maybe something happens here. But also something really big with home. Big change with home. And by September 1st, Jupiter will then be in the perfect trine with the North Node and sextile the South Node. So you remember, you have Jupiter in Cancer in your second house of money. So just know that there's some more big stuff coming, and Uranus will be in your sign at that point. I mean, trining Pluto too. Anyway, let's get to the weekend. Friday, can you tell that I'm a Gemini rising? A 0 degree Gemini rising. And if you have anything 0 degrees, it means you truly embody the essence of that sign. Yeah. So anyway, Friday the 27th, and then Saturday the 28th. You got Mercury trine Saturn and Neptune. Package deal here, okay? You're going to feel it all weekend. You're going to feel it days before. This is fiery. You got Mercury and Leo. You got Saturn and Aries at 1 degree, that critical degree of very new beginnings. Saturn, all about long-term commitments and goals. Oof. You are signing things into existence, having important conversations, launching businesses. You are connecting with the masses. This overlaps the 2 social media houses, by the way. Yeah. So great time. What did I tell you about, like, marketing, PR, promoting yourself? Big. You're setting things in stone here. You're also talking the talk. You're walking the walk. You're being that authority that, Saturn required of you. Remember, taking on that leadership role. But it's like you want it, right? Saturn makes things real. You're using it. Mars and Virgo helping you stay grounded and practical. You throw in Neptune, that that's turning your dreams into reality, as I explained in your Saturn Neptune video, but that amplifies that creativity, that compassion, artistry, ideals, imagination. You're connecting to the masses. This is your 11th house, but also it's just your community. It's your benefactors and allies, friendships, groups you belong to. This is huge. There's something beautiful here. Mercury trine Neptune is so beautiful. That is your ruling planet, Gemini. It's very poetic. It's captivating. Use it. Very great for artists, artistry, creative writers, storytelling. Oscar Wilde had Mercury trine Neptune. Nicole Kidman has it. Anyway, it's a fun day with the moon in Leo. Now, here's the other thing. If you are a cross watcher, fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, and air signs, you, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, will feel the trines the most. And if you have any planets between 0 to 3 degrees of any of the fire signs or air signs, yes, you will feel this and use it. Now, Sunday the 29th, yes, we have Mercury opposite Pluto. That's your ruler in Leo in your house. So, and remember, Pluto's in Aquarius. Pluto natively rules your 6th house. So there can be something here with travel, with work, with higher mind, with your perspective, with your worldview. There could be something here with publishing and broadcasting, with colleagues and employees. Here's the thing. Just be mindful in terms of taking things to extreme, especially thinking. Remember, Mercury is a mind, okay? And the moon will be in Virgo this day, conjuncting Mars, but they'll be sextiling the sun and Jupiter. So you've got this double sextile with these 4 planets. Like, you are going to be all in emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally. You're going to feel empowered, all right? You're going to be feeling busy, checking off your to-do list. Again, a lot of home and family energy, yeah? But, yeah, big old, well, we'll see what that is. But you got a lot. Let's get to it, Gemini. Let's see what's going on for you for June 22nd to the June 23rd to the end of the month. Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay. Gemini, let's do this. Come on. It's a time. It's a time for you. And I can't even, listen, don't underplay Uranus moving into your sign. I'm probably going to do a separate video on that. It's been 84 years since Uranus has been in your sign. It's coming in 2 weeks, okay? You have never experienced Uranus in your sign. Uranus is electricity. Uranus is, that bolt of lightning, the great awakener. It's going to have an impact. It's going to be huge and big. You will be changing because Uranus is change. All right? I do a traditional Celtic cross spread. Best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will. You're good. You're actually good, but you got to know what you want. You got to know what you want. Okay, that's it. But one of the reasons why I say that is because you will have some opportunities to think about, and I'm also getting an idea. Like, there may be something that you thought you wanted. Maybe you did start a job, or you went a certain direction, and then you were just like, oh, I don't think this is for me. Remember, I said midweek or mid-month, there's a little bit of that fog. That's another thing too. But you got the High Priestess. Trust your intuition. That's all you got to do as you move into this week. Biggest thing of all, remember, you got Uranus and Taurus at 29 degrees. That will be sextiling Mercury, your ruling planet. Again, that is a big deal. That's a big deal. All right. So use that. All right. It's your 12th house, which is also this. It's not only just like the spirituality, healing as well, but it is the subconscious, and you have the High Priestess, who is a guardian of the subconscious. And remember, we actually kick off this week with the moon in your sign. The moon is the subconscious and intuition. Trust your intuition. Go deep. All right, and explore the things that make until you know when things make sense for you, when you do feel it in your bones, and then you can move forward. You got the Three of Wands. This is amazing because this is all about, remember I said expanding your horizons? That's what this card is. It's all about going out there, meeting new people. It's exploring new lands, new opportunities. He's leaving his village. I call this the green light card. You see, it's all sky. The sky's the limit. It's a 3, a vibration of the Empress. Okay? So the birth of new things. You're ready to go. All in the name of self-discovery as well. So this is really amazing. You're starting something new, clearly. All right? With that 3 of Wands, it is attributed to Sun and Aries. Remember, Aries rules your 11th house of your future hopes, which is long-term goals and dreams. And Wands are your passions and what you want to go for. And a lot of career, profession, enterprise, that energy too. Now, Queen of Cups in your challenge area. Have that self-love. Have that self-love. Don't fight any intuitive energy. Remember, have that merging of the higher mind and the physical mind, okay? Right? Bring a lot of that high priestess energy. And the second thing that's coming up is there's got to be someone who could be trying to... it just feels like it could be like a female boss, an older figure, a maternal figure, a mother, anything like that, who could be a little bit like emotionally manipulating you or trying to do that. Someone trying to get you to do something or maybe not do something. Gemini, this is your life, right? We're all adults here. You know that. You do you, all right? You do you. You got that 2 of Pentacles and the 7 of Cups. You see what's happening here. There's a little bit of, like I said, there may be multiple paths you're considering. I wouldn't be surprised. You're a Gemini, right? You are the twin. There's always, more than one thing for Geminis. But this is just saying, let's just know what we want, right? And it could be because you're exploring a lot of different opportunities, a lot of different paths. But once you know what you want, wow. It feels so good, right? And this is almost like that, what is it called? Like therapy, right? You see my fingers on the turbulent water and look at the direction they're going, right? There's no undulation. The water, it's going from chaos to calm towards the mind, right? All up here. And listen, even like communication, even your conversations with other people, but even still, there's comfort here, protection here. This is almost like even when you see what's happening after that 3 of Wands, when you trust your intuition and go forth on your journey, it's almost like this rite of passage, even kind of like this mini rebirth that you would be going through, right? But you've got to trust you. Let's get to your stuff. You're Gemini, listen, if you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what's going on. You got a lot happening. You see how Mercury's pretty much in every aspect, right? So again, you're ruler, so you feel a lot of that. And all right, let's get to the okay. Yeah, you're good. Look at what's happening here. And I know you see that and you're just like, but I'll tell you what it is, okay? First of all, you got the Fool, all right? This is so interesting, by the way. So you got the Fool. So yeah, trust you. Have faith in yourself, okay? On these new journeys, new paths. I told you to take risks. That's what he does. He's standing on the edge of the cliff, right? It's what you wanted. It's what you've been wanting. Taking those risks. That's confidence. What I talk about the sun, the Jupiter Kazimi. You see the sun here, that full abundance of the sun being joy and optimism and just like that vitality, everything. It's refreshing. You saw your last week's reading. You want it. Do it. Take those calculated risks, but don't overanalyze things. Don't create it's almost like just do you and what you want to do, and don't create these ideas of how you might fail. Okay? That's all you have to do. You create your reality. So you envision yourself with success and you shall have it. All right? But remember what I said. It is a decision, right? Success is a decision, not a reaction. You have the Lovers. You have your own card. And what I love about what's happening here is that it's in your external factors area. And sure, this is a card that has to do with love and partnerships. It can be business partners, the perfect business partner. There's this depth here. You have an archangel. You have Archangel Raphael. And you've got protection. You've got him protecting you. This is your card. Thus it's you, right? And you can even see this as, like the twin. Let's call them Adam and Eve, right? So you see Adam looking at Eve, Eve looking at the archangel. So that's conscious, subconscious, superconscious. That's Trinity at play. That's you. That's you. You can think of it as mind, body, spirit if you want to. This is you. But you've got an archangel saying, you're good. You're good. I'm blessing you with that super conscious love, that self-love. I'm letting you have all that. So you believe in yourself, that sun in both, and here in the heart of your spread. So really great. But yeah, there is something here where I would not be surprised if there is something where there is someone else involved. Where that's, it just seems like there's got to be someone in part of the picture here for a lot of y'all, okay? In terms of you moving forward. And it could be that person that's in the way. You even see like the little mountain here, right? You're going to climb that mountain, or you're going to, you know what I mean? Like, it's all about perception. I talked about this last week. Or it is for a lot of y'all, yeah, if you're vibrating at that high frequency, you're bringing this in. Okay? Now, Nine of Cups, the wish come true card. You're fine. You're good. Vibrate at that high frequency. Know that you will be successful in anything that you do. And what did I say last week? Nobody is perfect. We are human beings. So even if you have that reality where you say, I'm going to be successful, and you had a little hiccup along the way, everybody does. Everybody, they pick themselves up and they keep going. But they learn from any mistakes or happy accidents that happen along the way. They learn, okay? Because this card, believe it or not, is attributed to Sun and Gemini. So yes, it is another Gemini card. All right? And that's the thing, okay? Again, the sun, right? You got the sun. Like, you've got to have that like confidence, that self-belief, that faith. And it's the end. And the reason why it's Sun and Gemini, yeah, sword suit, right? Geminis can overthink, can overanalyze. But this is a card of new dawn. 10 is the end. Those dark clouds are clearing. You're starting this new era. 1 + 0 = 1, new beginning that comes after this. And so you've got the sun coming out so many times to tell you you're good, you're fine, move forward, go forth, you're going to be amazing. But you've got to learn from anything that was hard, that was challenging, okay? You see even his hand gesture, the same as the Hierophant. So that spiritual warrior, right? The spiritual leader. But what I'm trying to say, it's blessings. This is a blessing in disguise. There was something you were supposed to learn, and I told you that last week, okay? Something you were supposed to learn. And when you use that to empower yourself, you never have to go through that cycle again. Everything is cyclical. These are cycles, 1 through 10, 1 through 10, okay? If you don't learn from it, you get trapped in this cycle, okay? That's what karma is. It's life lessons. That's all that is. And so this is enormously interesting because you've got the only 2 major arcana. That's your card, and then the Fool attributed to the planet Uranus. That, like I said, this week is more like, it's like a ramp up to Uranus moving into your sign. And Uranus is all about change, and you want it. All right? Just don't doubt yourself. And have that self-love, and you're going to be fine. Gemini, thanks so much. Let me see. Oh, I got to. I'll clarify that Ten of Swords for you. What do we got here? What is going on? Did you see your last week's reading? That's the thing. I'm a Gemini rising. Of course, this resonates with me as much as it does with you. Like, I take away from this is, come on. Look, you've got, look how free the Knight of Wands is. Just whoosh, on his mission. So confident, so joyful, ready to transform his life. All right? Taking his wand and just really turning it into this big old thing that he wants. Anyway, Knight of Wands, really fiery. You're going to be on this mission. Are y'all traveling? Let me see. Oh, yeah, a lot of you will be traveling too. And that's the thing. It's like when you have these moments, have those moments where even when you remove yourself, from your circumstances, your job, your work, whatever it is, when you have that little, even it's just a day trip, it works wonders. But either way, this is all about it's just, you're on a mission and you're not turning back. Nothing can stop you now. Very interesting. Very interesting. I do love what's happening here. But again, that is just, I think this is another nod to like, let's, up here, it's something, and a lot of it, when you do that, remember, you have the 6 of Wands in your future anyway, so it's like moving into this place where you're thinking better, thinking clearly, there's protection here. You're going to be fine. There's something you're just maybe sitting on, but you got to just go and do your thing, do your thing, and you're blessed and you're guided, okay? You got to feel something in your bones here. And again, there's something waiting for you on the other side in terms of partnerships. Very, very likely, especially with that Knight of Wands and your final outcome, because he is Sagittarius. That does rule your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. I did tell you that we do have that full moon in Capricorn too that you're going to have very soon. And it's a good one. I like that full moon in Capricorn right after Uranus moves into Gemini. That's in your 8th house. And that has to do with partnerships as well. That's also wealth building. I mean, you've got a lot. All right. Anyway, Gemini, thanks so much. Next week, we will do July. And the second spread, we're going to do a spread on the new moon. And then I'm going to pull some cards on the luckiest day of the year. All right, Gemini, thanks so much. I will see you next week. Bye-bye. So I just shut this off and I completely forgot to pull up that card that flipped out for you. Okay. So I'm going to do that now. I didn't touch it or anything. Okay. So let's just see what this card is. I literally did not. Okay. So there you go. 10 of Pentacles. So the universe is truly on your side. You're good. You're absolutely good. You're 1000% good. That is so funny. I'm not even joking. I turned it off, I started shuffling this and I saw anyway, you're good. The reason why is because you've got another 10 here. So there truly is it's almost like, did I say earlier, kind of like I'm feeling this like little rebirth, this new, but you're still in a phase of out with the old, in with the new, but either way, 10 of Pentacles, this is success. This is prosperity. This is the you made it card. Remember, came out when I was shuffling earlier. And so this card is actually attributed to Mars and Virgo. It's the 3rd decan of Virgo. I told you Mars and Virgo is going to be a big thing for you. You see the 3 generations of family here. That rules your 4th house, but you have Jupiter in Cancer that overlaps that realm of the 4th house of family and home. But money, it's pentacles raining down on you in the form of the tree of life. It's very spiritual too. You see the abundance that's still in the harvest that's in the card. All right. This is also very your physical world. There's this sense of abundance in your physical realm, having that appreciation for everything that you have in your world. But anyway, there you go. Okay. And I know it's just, I wish I had done it because I know it looks weird because I turned off the video, but then I turned it back on. after I was doing this, but you just rewind it. You'll see the card it was always in the same spot. I would never do that to you anyway. So Gemini, there you go. There's your affirmation for that. That's amazing. And you're good. You're good. You're good. Okay, anyway, let's get back to, okay, so tier 3 members, you know where to find the link. We're going to do that. We're going to look at the Jupiter Kazimi. We're going to pull some cards. We're going to do a new moon spread. And anyone's welcome to join. All right, Gemini, y'all are amazing. All right, thanks so much. So you're on your way. You're going to be fine. There's your affirmation. Okay? The universe telling you you're good. Thank you, Gemini. I'll see you next week. All right, bye-bye.